Hey guys, what's up? Destiny Cedar here, and today, this is not gonna be technically part of the trolling series. It's more like we got messed with in a lobby. That guy right there that you just saw with the kill cam, yeah, he's a hacker. He's been hacking for like 3 games, I believe. You can't find him, and he pops up behind you and stuff like that. I noticed that he used God mode, invisibility, and somehow he was teleporting to our spawn in some of the maps. And people like this just kind of aggravate me because it kind of ruins the game for other people. And I believe even if he looked in his scope and fired a single bullet, it would pretty much kill you because that's how it was. And he would always end up getting behind you and then knifing you, as to say, right there. Watch this. Watch. See, I never saw that guy running out. So that just proves to me he's using an invisibility cheat. Yep, there it goes again. I mean, you just don't shoot through a riot shield with a sniper. And it's like you not. Well, you don't see someone. There he goes again, see? Oh my gosh. Well, the whole duration of this, I got footage of it because it was pissing me and this other guy that I was randomly playing. See, you can see him flying right there in the air. I just started. God. It pissed me off so bad. I hate people that do this because they ruin the game for everyone else. And there he goes again with the flying mode, and we just started firing off shots. And I was the game winning kill. And you could clearly see there that he was invisible. He did this for 3 or 4 more matches. And in just a second, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to put some music on this where I get from Dubstep Infinity and No Copyright Sound. So I'll put their links in the description. They do have pretty good dubstep. And then I got really pissed at him after the lobby. I went and I reported him a few times, and his buddy too, because during one match they made the entire team invisible, and they tried to change it back quickly so that we didn't notice. But I still got this all on footage because as soon as I knew that he was doing that, I was like, "Oh, I got this guy." And this is like the second match, and that was my fault. That was my fault. See, that guy's invisible. Right there, that's clear evidence he's invisible. You can't get out in there. Perfect evidence right there of a hacker or a modder. And later on, he tries to explain it, how that he can do that, and he said it's a certain gun class on that you have to create on this game to be able to do that. And I didn't believe him. Not one bit, because there's not a gun class that you can create on this game to make you invulnerable to the boundaries as a normal player would. Alright, so I'm going to quit fussing, and I'm going to put on some dubstep from Dubstep Infinity and No Copyright Sound. So enjoy, guys.
You guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. Please share the video also. If you want me to do more of this stuff, catching the hackers and cheaters in these games, and throwing them out there on YouTube.